To try this again because I did shut us off. So,
What is the what is it called?
Empowered Abundance is our channel. Try this again because it did. Okay. So, I'm pretty sure we're still streaming because I did not shut it off this time. I just shut down that window in my computer. So, for those of you who are new to Empowered Abundance, we're trying something new. Bridget and I are going to just do some intuitive readings off the cuff. Our philosophy, our reality, what do I want to call that? Our within Empowered Abundance and the Emphory structural theory or philosophy, we believe that our greatest purpose on this planet is consciousness evolution of ourselves, a greater knowing of ourselves, a deeper relationship
Or this
between
meeting, this gathering, whatever we end up calling it. Sorry.
us and source. And so everything that we do within our coaching container is a desire for more life, more freedom, more abundance, more experience, more joy, all the things that we talk about in the world that we want, but don't always know how to get. And we believe that it is by way of freedom of mind, our ability to be in the present moment by choice. And so, whenever something comes up for us that we're like, oh, we don't know how to do that, or oh, that feels uncomfortable, we dive in because we know that the fear, the not want to, the uncomfortable is actually the invitation into more. It is the portal into more. And so we say yes. So we say yes. And even if we don't know what we're doing, even if we don't know how to do it, we say yes. And so Bridget and I were having a conversation and some things came up and we're like, let's say yes to that. And so this is how we're going to go about it is we're going to come together and we're going to do some intuitive insights. And oh, see, this is why I have to figure out how to make this work differently. Because I was going to say, because we're live, if somebody pops on, if, oh, Lori, maybe eventually, because you have it pulled up, if somebody says, hey, I want an intuitive reading, if there is somebody live on our YouTube channel and they say, hey, I want a reading, we can do that. Lori, are you watching? Can you see the live right now? Okay, cool. Would you be willing? See what we do? We just show up. Would you be willing to, if somebody says, oh my gosh, I see you guys, can I have an intuitive reading? Would you be willing to pay attention to that? And then obviously, when it's your turn to have your reading, we don't want you to pay attention to that. We want you to be present with us and not have to have a job. Okay? Sound good? Are you guys ready? Cool. All right, Lori, let's start with you, just because that felt really good.
I would like to pull a card.
Okay, so I have, do you want me to label the boxes one, two, or three, or do you want me to show you the boxes and choose?
Just do the thing. Just do
Okay,
either
one,
one,
two,
two, or
or
three.
three.
Two.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. This one's stuck in the bottom of the box, and that is the one we're going to choose. Spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. So let's first just initially What does that feel like for you? When I read that card, what does that feel like for you?
Um, it feels like expectation,
Mm, cool.
but it also makes sense. I've that was my first profession was a teacher, and then I translated that to other teaching, to
Did
the
you have,
coaching.
did you feel like you had expectations on you? Did you feel the same
Mm.
energy that just came up of expectation when you were a regular teacher as opposed to now the thought of spiritual teaching?
I think it probably rooted in expectation early that I needed to do something to have value in my life or of my life. So, and then I just brought that forward into everything else,
Cool.
having to prove myself, do things to prove myself, to um, like earn my way,
Yeah.
justify my existence.
Yeah.
So,
Bridget, I feel like you're ready. You're bubbling.
There's first, Lori, this tightness in the gut is what I was feeling. And as you kept talking, it's like all of those patterns and old beliefs that are unlodging and ready to just uh, for you to redefine what that even means, what it means to be a teacher, your life um experiences innately give you knowledge, but these beliefs that have, like you were talking, these old patterns, these old beliefs that somehow have held a value are to let them go and sit within all of that knowledge that you just innately have and start sharing that, not as a teacher in the teacher field that the, the labels and the value, the meaning that you've had previously.
that makes sense. I'm feeling that already.
Yeah,
Um,
so one of the things that the first thing that came up for me was so you're normal.
yeah.
So you're normal. Um, have you ever told somebody about a really good restaurant that you went to?
Hmm.
Yeah, teacher. What if going back to what Bridget was saying about meaning, right? We give so many things meaning, and it is the meaning of the thing, not the thing, that causes the dis-ease. So, what if you're really normal to have trepidation in having accountability for what you say? And what if you change the meaning of teacher, getting it right, being smarter than other people, being responsible, and allow yourself to shift the meaning and be able to just go, do I want to tell other people things that have helped me in my life? Just like I told people, hey, I went to this really good restaurant, you should try it. What if? And again, like Bridget was saying, recognizing that old patterns are what hold us back. patterns of meaning hold us back. So, my soul play for you, and for those of you who don't know what soul play is, it's kind of like homework, only homework has a bad meaning. Not for everyone. There are, Mara loves homework, but not most people don't love homework. So, for those of us who don't love homework, we change the word to a different word with a different meaning. Same word, same thing, guys. Same thing, right? We just talked about this. It's not really the thing, it's the meaning behind it, right? But we call it soul play. Um, I would spend some time brain dumping on what is the meaning of teacher? What is the meaning of healing? What is the meaning of spirituality? And what do I think of me in that role? And take some time and just brain dump and see what those patterns are. Yeah.
Mhm.
Bridget, do you have anything else
I
before?
was
Because
just
I
gonna
do have
say,
something else, but I'm feeling like you have something else.
I'm just coming back to the Louise Hay card. My thoughts are creative. And Lori, sometimes playing with the thoughts that come up and just questioning, ooh, why do I think that? Or why did that just pop up? That that helps unlodge different things as well. So even when you're driving and your mind wanders, your thoughts are creative. Ask yourself, why did that thought just pop into my head?
Okay.
Um, and the other thing that came up for me was the experience we're having internally is so vastly different than the experience that other people are having about us. More often than not, people see in us our brilliance, our capacity, our ability that we don't see. So I would encourage you to ask some people around you, how do you see me? And
Mhm.
then decide who's lying. Welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without judgment, of course.
And this is a practice, right?
Mhm.
So often we think we're going to go from here to here,
Yeah.
recognizing that this is just a practice. The insight gives us something to practice. But if we think we're going to go from the who we were before the insight to the person that is being insightful about, then we feel like we continue to lack. But when we recognize I am somebody who's functioning in a particular way, I get insight about a different way of being. Now I can cognitively decide to align with that. And then I practice it until it's embodied. Yes?
Hmm.
Cool. All right. I'll be excited to hear how your brain dumps go.
Okay. Thank you. Mhm.
Bridget, Cynthia, or Catherine, who feels like is next for you?
Cynthia.
Okay. So my question is, I've been a caregiver all my life, and am I at a fork in the road now that I might take a new path, and it might include being an artist or an author.
While Bridget is tapping in, because that's what it looked like she was doing. I'm like, is she frozen? Nope, she's tapping in. Okay. Um, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. What's the value of writing a book for you? Not for the rest of the world. What's the value of writing a book?
For me, it's sharing knowledge, and perspective, because
What's the value of and for those of you who may be watching, I am an interrupter, not because I don't care what the person has to say, but because when the energy spikes, that's when I want to ask the new question because it means that there's new availability for insight that we want to catch. We don't want to get caught up in the story because then that drags that energy back down into the story. So, what is the value of sharing your knowledge?
just being able to put out the little nuggets of things that have happened to in my life that other people can relate to, and that it might help them or inspire them. So a sharing in a way of giving.
Okay. Bridget, are you ready? If you're not ready, that's okay, but
Yeah. So, Cynthia, the first question you asked was, am I at a crossroads? And
Yeah.
immediately your entire energy went, yes. You even asking that question was an indicator of like, yes, you are at a crossroads. Then the second question, is it artist? Is it author? That is more of a deep dive between you and you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like the you is within you. That's a deep dive to. And so when then Lori asked a question and you started answering, what came was, so if what lights you up is sharing those nuggets, does it have to be that you're a famous author or a famous artist, or would joining a author group or an artist group there in your community, is there a group of ladies who get together and get together for painting or crafts, and joining a group that is just for you to sit within a community of ladies enjoying the same things that you enjoy?
I get it. Yeah, an outlet that is for me, and offers creativity at the same time. Yeah. So,
And maybe as I'm saying that, maybe it's not my next big step in life. I've been a caregiver. Now I need to pivot to something else. And what's the next entire stage of my life? But just a season, maybe finding a creative ladies group is a simple season that you are ready for, that'll lead who knows where.
and talking with you, the biggest thing coming through to me is make a choice for me. So most of my choices are for other people. It's just says make a choice for me. So thank you. Yes.
yeah, and one of the biggest things, and one of the really cool things, and why Bridget and I love group work, is because I'm about to say something that is for Cynthia, but it totally pertains to what Lori asked. And Catherine's down there benefiting from what we're all saying to other people. And if you are watching this, whether it be live or recorded 10 years from now, it has something to do with you, right? Energy never wastes itself, which means if you're hearing this, there is value and benefit for you. So, like, look for how can this bring value to me, even if it's not your topic, right? But one of the things that came up, Cynthia, with what stops us, I want to write a book, I want to be an artist. But what if nobody reads my book? But what if nobody likes my art? But what if, right? And now the how what we want to do is going to be received stops us because now this becomes the why instead of the why just simply being because I fucking want to. Because I want to. I want to write a book. I want to share my knowledge. I want to give nuggets to other people that have helped me. Regardless if anyone else ever reads it or hears it or anything. The joy becomes the doing, which I love is what Bridget was tapping into with just show up and start doing the thing, right? It's the next step. We don't have to go 10 steps ahead. We can just go, what's the very next step? What's going to fuel this joy for me? Oh, conversations about writing a book, like watching videos about how to start a book, gathering my insights and ideas. That is the energy that is cultivating. But if we put a restriction on the energy because, well, I have to figure out how to write it so somebody else likes it, now we just like curtailed the energy and the flow of all of the next steps. So, yeah, get really, really selfish. Cynthia, get really selfish. What do you want to do? How do you want to fuel the joy? And guys, this is where everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be, from the perspective of the fact that the very thing that helps us be a better caregiver, we're told is wrong, which is be selfish, right? But there's value in choosing for you, right? There's value in choosing for you because now there's more of you because you chose you. Now there's more of you to actually care give. Yeah. Anything else, Bridget?
No, that was good.
Yeah, girl. I love it.
Thank you both.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Catherine.
This is valuable to me for sure. I don't know whether to ask a question or get a card, but I think I'm just going to get a card because I'm going all over the place in my mind.
Okay. Well, I rearranged the order of the cards. So 1, 2, or 3.
3.
Oh,
Perfect, huh?
assertiveness. Stand up for your beliefs and only say yes if you really want to. So while we're just tapping in, what comes up for you when you hear that?
What comes up for me is that I feel that I need to be assertive to defend myself, and and then that's okay, that I'm standing up for myself and not backing down. And I feel like I've always been that way, but for some reason I'm feeling weaker as I get older. And yeah, I really need to say yes when I want to say yes, and listen to that intuitiveness, because, and I did that this week, because it's okay if you don't show up for a gathering and you said you were. You just didn't have it in you that day. So no judgment.
So I love what you said, because you actually tapped into two separate, I'm going to use the word paradigm. Not sure if that's quite the exact right word, but I'm going to use the word paradigm. Okay? Because you said, yes, I need to practice only saying yes when I really, really want to. Being assertive and saying yes. Now, watch the position of where I'm at, you guys, because this is the pendulum of the two sides, abundance and lack. Okay. And when I say abundance and lack, abundance of our power, lack of our power. Yes, I need to be more assertive in my power to choose what resonates for me as joy. Do you guys hear that this is tapping into exactly what we were talking about with Cynthia also, right? Yes, I say yes because that feels really good for me. Now, I'm assertive when I feel like I have to protect myself. Do I need to protect myself if I'm strong? Or do I need to protect myself when I'm weak and whatever is out there is stronger than me? I need to protect myself from the bad thing. I need to protect myself from where I'm weak. I need to create a barrier so that that thing doesn't hurt me because I'm weak. So if I'm exercising my assertiveness to protect myself, no wonder it's getting worse. No wonder you're feeling more weak, because that's the focus. I'm weak and I must protect myself. Now, what's the antidote? Oh, just spend more time over here. I'm strong enough to make a choice for me. I'm strong enough to know what my yes is. I'm strong enough to say, no, I don't want to go to that gathering. I'm strong enough to feel and know what is going to be in my best and highest good. And then, guys, guess what? This starts to dissipate. And then, just by law, I feel stronger. Bridget?
Yeah, Catherine, the very first thing, even before we pulled your card, I was immediately drawn to your heart. And um, and then when we read the card and then you started speaking, what I was getting was a sadness in the heart. And it brought me to assertiveness. Um, the meaning on the word assertive equals bitch. When I have to when I have to be assertive to protect myself, I'm a bitch. And
Yeah.
which brings me back to the Louise Hay card that said, my thoughts are creative. And what if assertiveness didn't equal bitch? What if assertiveness was you standing in your power, like Lori was just saying? What if assertiveness was filled with a golden, beautiful light straight from God? What if assertiveness filled your heart so completely that it spread out and illuminated the solar system? What if that was the meaning behind assertiveness?
Made me cry.
There's so much more in the meaning that we put behind things.
What's coming up right now is that and that fight energy. And we can be fighting for something or we can be fighting against something. And either way, our energy is going into that thing. The fight energy is amazing energy. But are you fighting for you or are you fighting against someone or something else? Are you fighting for what you love? Are you fighting against something you don't want? Are you focused on what fuels you with joy? Or are you focused on not being in pain anymore? And guys, there's a time and place for all of it to some degree, but this needs to be the goal, right? Catherine, you are one of the most resilient people that I've ever met. This container is not for the faint of heart. We talk about that a lot. We want to see all the good, the bad, the ugly, the all the things. And you came into this space not even knowing what you were getting into. And you continue to amaze me in your openness to continue to learn, your desire for like who God is and how he works in your life. And regardless of all of the things that you manage in your life, you show up every time we get together and you're like, what does God have for me today? What does God have for me today? And it is refreshing and it is delightful. And you bring so much hope and inspiration to the people around you just because you show up. Not because you get it right, but because you show up. And I appreciate you for that.
That's big. I that thought never crossed my mind. Thank you so much. Thank you. That meant a lot. I I feel like I can't not show up with you guys. So refreshing.
And that right there is assertiveness too.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah. Bridget, do you have anything else?
No, no, that was fabulous.
This was so fun. Thanks, you guys, for showing up, not knowing what we were doing.
Yes. Yes, thank you guys for yeah, saying yes to playing. I love how the collective group, when we've talked about this, Lori, how the group dynamic is so unique. I just felt like each one was playing within the next and the other. And I think that just makes for everything that is being received just bigger. It's multiplication. It magnifies everything. So thank you.
Yeah, love it. All right. Well, we're going to do this again. We're going to keep doing it. Hopefully, Bridget says we're going to keep doing it because this is what I love more than anything is just getting to pour into you guys. But again, there's something so powerful about the collective where we all gain. Like there was even times, you guys, where things were coming out of my mouth. I'm like, oh yeah, I needed to hear that. So I love this. All right. Well, we will see you guys soon, and you guys hang tight for just a minute. I am going to stop the live stream, I think, if I can find it. Nope. I don't know where it went. Okay, hold on. How I guess I have to just end it in order to stop the live stream. See, these are the things I have to figure out. If you guys know how to figure this out, please share with me. I need to go have a conversation with ChatGPT, I guess. All right. Well, I'll end it and then you guys come back on. Okay.